Hi, this is Doug Marshall, and this is a repeat of week 2 of the Business Owner Solutions Planning Series. This is part 1. This was the webinar that was presented the week of August the 18th. Just a heads up, I am recording this from an outside location, so from time to time there might be some background noise. So if anybody wants to review what was said last week or you didn't get a chance, here's an opportunity to get a quick look at what we talked about. And just to reiterate, what I've done is I've divided the presentation into 2 segments so it will fit better on YouTube. So this is part 1 of 2 of the second week of the webinar series. In week 3, Peter Valissis is going to give us the case studies based on the information that we have both put into the BizEquity system and the resulting report. So keep that in mind as we go through the reports. If you have any questions for us, here are our email addresses, and please feel free to reach out to us. We're also willing to consult with you via the phone, but send us an email first and we'll be glad to get you as much information as we possibly can. And I also want to thank Penn Mutual for sponsoring and setting up this webinar series. We do want to turn everybody's understanding into action. We want business owners to be able to purchase the protection products that we need, and we do want the resulting action to be that we increase production for Penn Mutual, a very fine life insurance company that has given us some state-of-the-art products and state-of-the-art technology when it comes to underwriting. Since our last presentation last week, there were some BizEquity platform upgrades that were made, and I'm not going to go into too much detail for this session, but they are continuing to improve the user interface and also the way in which the advisors can read the information and respond back to the business owners. So the new ownership structure that they have has enabled them to have the capital needed to do the upgrades. They weren't necessary, but I think that you always have to be improving when you have a technology platform. So I'm extremely excited about some of the things that they've done. Just in recap of last week, we established that there was one thing that we wanted to be to the business owner, and that was to be the business owner's most valuable advisor. We want to turn this understanding into action, and if we are viewed as the business owner's most valuable advisor, they are going to take our direction as to the things that they need to do to protect their business. And one of the questions that Peter and I always ask a business owner is, are you better off today than you were yesterday? Because we believe that any business owner that we want to work with should be asking this every day that they walk into the office. Am I better off today than I was yesterday? Because ultimately we want that business owner to ask this question: how do I protect this business that I own? And we believe that owners that understand the value of their business are going to have a greater handle on the need for protecting what they've built up to this point. Our approach is structured. We believe that you need breakthrough technology with a breakthrough process. One of the things that I personally did to take advantage of the breakthrough technology was that I went through a certified business valuation specialist course offered by the Business Valuation Institute. And what this enabled me to do was better understand the BizEquity system, valuation in general, but more importantly, explain the importance of valuation to business owners so they would take the action and do the valuation so they could better understand what it was about their business that they needed to protect. Some of you, I know not all of you, might be interested in this, and I'd be more than willing to talk to you about my experience, what it gained for me, and what I still need to learn. To recap what we said last week, we believe that offering business valuations set financial advisors apart from everyone else and leads to better planning. And we believe that there needs to be a well-defined process with how you work with business owners. Business owners have been frustrated for years and years that they cannot get the information that they need to do the proper planning for their business. They can't turn to their trusted advisors because their trusted advisors haven't committed to learning the systems and the process necessary. So the engage, discover, design, and execute process is one that we have put together that we believe will take us to a breakthrough level in working with business owners, so that we are going to be able to help those business owners discover more about their business, and the advisors discovering things about the business owner's business, so that there can be a cooperative design process when it comes to protecting on the side of estate planning, retirement planning, succession planning, and key employee planning. With all that being said, what I want to do is go into what happens now that someone has put the information into the Biz Equity valuation system. This is an email that I will get from Biz Equity that alerts me that a business valuation has been completed, or at least the inputs have been completed. And this is the summary email that I will receive from Biz Equity, alerting me to go back into my desktop, my system, and take a look at what the inputs are. So I get this email almost immediately from the time that the valuation has been finished and they close out of the system. The moment that that happens, I have all of this information about the company, provided that they've put in all of the essential parts needed to do the valuation. I mean, I've got the business name, contact information, corporate structure, which is so important, the industry type, when it started, number of employees. Look at this. I've got income for 3 years, owner compensation for 3 years, assets, liabilities for 3 years, some projected growth numbers, EBITDA margin. And then I have some additional pieces of information about the company that will help me better engage when I start to talk with the business owner about the information that we need to figure out where they need the most protection. Having this information makes it so much better than starting with a completely blank fact finder at the beginning of the meeting with a business owner. Here's a look at some business information, and look across the top. I can click on business information, KPIs, financials, anything about insurance. I can manage my reports. I can manage this particular case. Here's a part of my KPI dashboard, and I can look at the KPIs for different years if I want, 2019, 2018, and 2017. We'll talk in a little bit about the importance of the KPIs. And this is a summary of the financials. Remember a few slides ago where I was looking at the 17 key pieces of information? I mean, this really opens my eyes into what's going on with this company. So this is the end of part 1 of 2 for this week. And now if you watch the next video, we're going to look at the report itself.